it going, everybody? Panic here. We're going to be doing a little bit of review of our boy Alarak again in Heroes of the Storm. And we're going to be doing over his talents, his abilities, and which ones I think we should be picking. So we're going to go ahead and review his abilities real quick. We're going to get Discord Strike, Telekinesis, Lightning Surge, and Sadism as his trait. And his ultimate, we're going to get Counter Strike and Deadly Charge. For his basic ability, we're going to get Discord Strike. It has a mana cost of 60. Cooldown of 8 seconds. After a 0.5 second delay, enemies in front of Alarak take 175 damage and are silenced for 1.5 seconds. Telekinesis, 30 mana, cooldown of 12 seconds. Create a force pushing yourself and all enemies hit from the targeted point towards the targeted destination. Direction, deals 48 damage to enemies. Lightning Surge, 40 mana, cooldown of 6 seconds, deals 90 damage to an enemy and all enemies between you and the target. 75% of the damage dealt to enemies' heroes is returned as health. His trait is Sadism. Alarak deals 100% more ability damage versus his enemy heroes. For results, we have Counter Strike, 50 mana, 30-second cooldown. Alarak becomes protected and channels for 1 second. If an enemy hero attacks Alarak during that time, Alarak sends a shockwave forward that deals 250 damage. And his last ult is Deadly Charge. 60 mana, 45-second cooldown. After channeling, Alarak dashes forward, dealing 200 damage to all enemies in the path. Distance is increased based on the amount of time channeled, up to 1.6 seconds. Issuing a move order while this is channeling will cancel it at no cost. Taking damage will interrupt the channeling. So what can we go ahead and tell about Alarak? Overall, that Discord Strike is still going to be a little bit hard, a little bit more of a tricky skill shot. At 0.5 second delay is pretty much what's going to make it the skill shot. The silence, though, is going to be amazing with a 1.5 second silence duration. Telekinesis, this is not going to be a good damaging skill as it only deals 48 damage. But it's going to be good to go to bring people in to make sure, because he doesn't appear to have any overall crowd control or anyone that makes him like initiate. Lightning Surge, 90 damage to an enemy, deals a bit more damage than Telekinesis, about double the damage. 75% of the damage to keep heroes is returned to health. That'll keep him in the fight a bit longer. Sadism, increased ability damage to heroes, not good against creep. Definitely approve of that melee assassin role that they gave him. Counter Strike, prevents damage in a large area, to deal damage in a large area. This one is actually really tricky because it's that 1 second cooldown. It has that 1 second charge duration, and he has to be hit beforehand for him to actually go ahead and do that 250 damage. Deadly Charge, 45 second cooldown, as I said. He's got a charge for about 1.6 seconds for the full duration, for the full distance and damage, and it deals about 200. Pretty good. I'd say it's definitely a lot more reliable. And let's go ahead and do on his talents, which ones I would go ahead and pick. You guys are more than welcome to read them up. The links to Alarak will at least be in the description from Icy Veins. Icy Veins has him tricked out as using Telekinesis no longer costs mana. However, I completely disagree with that. It's a lot better than its Applied Force, which reduces the damage bonus Sadism, but Telekinesis pushes 20% further. I mean, honestly, I like this one over this one. Like the mana cost, as you saw beforehand, for the Telekinesis is just not very much. It's only 30 mana. Personally, between everyone here, I would choose Wide Lightning or his position 4, which increases the Lightning Surge width. It gives him a little bit more of the creep wave that he can at least push down, since he's terrible at it. It's actually one of his negative things against him. Also, it just gives him a bigger chance to start healing off of heroes he hits. For his level 4, I've tried pretty much all of these. Most people will probably choose Reckless Strike, which reduces the Discord Strike by 2.5 seconds, which makes it easier to do the skill shot. However, you get that 25% more damage for 2 seconds, and Alarak is pretty much a glass cannon, so we can't really take that damage. Another one that that's not very good is the Cycle of Discord. Like, it's okay, but it reduces the cooldown of Discord Strike by 2 seconds. If a Discord Strike hits no enemies, the mana cost is refunded and cooldown is reduced by 3 seconds. I'd say this is a good one, mainly for newer players. The Discord Strike range is not very long, so I personally go for this Double Cross over this Extended Lightning, because you don't really need the range of it. It's more if you just want to sit in the back and just harass, but again, I completely wouldn't do that. I'd go for more with the Double Cross. Increases the range of Discord Strike by 25% and also hits enemies in a line perpendicular to the forward strike. You're pretty much getting that giant AoE, so someone can bring him in if you have a Gazlo or if you have an ETC, just pulling people in and just definitely make sure you're going to get that share of that silence off and all that extra damage, especially with this Sadism bonus. For his level 7, I like Chaos Reigns over Thunderstruck and Endless Energy. Endless Energy is okay, but it has to be hit between you and the victim. Here's hit between you and whatever your target is, so it's a little bit harder to hit. You have to pretty much do a little bit more positioning work. And it's the same with Thunderstruck. Otherwise, I would choose Thunderstruck because it's hit between you and the victim by 70% for 1.5 seconds. So again, I just choose Chaos Range. Increase Source Discord Strikes damage. Increases up to 3 every time, up to 45. After hitting 15 heroes, increases this damage by additional 45. I really like this one. You're pretty much, as every bit of Alarak's damage, you pretty much have to double it, because that's what you're going to be receiving from his Sadism bonus, though, so just a heads up on that one. Whereas level 10, his ultimate, I would always pick Deadly Charge. I have tried time and time again, and I've played a lot of games with Alarak, to effectively use his Counter Strike. Even though it does more damage with his Counter Strike, it's a lot harder, because you place out the target of where you'd want to charge to, where you want to get that overall damage to, and then you go into that protective state, and then you get hit. But you have to get hit by a hero. It's not by any creep. It has to be a direct hero attack, and otherwise, if you're not hit at all, the cooldown's completely wasted, and it's just harder to hit. Deadly Charge is pretty much guaranteed to get hit. It's also a good initiation tool. You can just charge in, boom, 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 completely wreck stuff from the bushes, wherever you got going on. For level 13, let's see, which one was it? I actually really like Pure Malice. I thought it was a completely something totally different name. When a nearby enemy hero dies, your Sadism bonus is increased by 8%, stacking up to 40%. This is amazing, actually, because I can tell you once you hit like level 20, when you're about that area, when you do a basic Discord Strike, when you do a basic Discord Strike, your basic Q is going to do over 1,000 damage. When you're at about 140 stack, I mean, it's pretty damn good. I really love it. I would either choose that one. Also, it's also good if your allies are just not very good and they just die all the time. I would definitely pick it with Lost Vikings. It'd be a good one to pick, or with a Murky, because you're guaranteed to get easy charges. Outside of that, Dissonance is also pretty good. Reduces the damage of Sadism by 10%, but increases Discord Strike's silence duration by 0.75 seconds. So it's about a 2.25 second duration of silence. Pretty good. But again, I'd like the Pure Malice because I like to be able to carry. Especially, that's what he does. Melee Assassin. For your level 16, this is where I'd actually like to take the Reduce of Sadism, is right here on the Quick Mind. Reduces the damage of Sadism by 10% and the cooldown of Telekinesis by 6 seconds. Telekinesis has a base cooldown of 12 seconds, so reducing that 6-second cooldown makes it a lot easier for you to pull off your basic combo, which is to throw out the Telekinesis, pull them towards you, and then Discord Strike them for a decent amount of damage. That's at least a good way to initiate. It's also a good way to pull people out or just move people in anywhere. Outside of that, another one that could also be considered good if you're just having generalized trouble to just staying alive, is Sustaining Power. Increases the healing received from damage to heroes with Lightning Surge by 30%. It's good mainly for the healing aspect, but you already, with that Sadism bonus you get from earlier, you're already healing for a decent amount. Personally, Negatively Charged is also a decent one you could do. It gives you that little bit of ranged when you're Telekinesis. If you choose not to go for the Quick Mind, if you're Telekinesis, Discord Strike combo works out. The enemy will usually be left with just a tiny bit of HP, and you can easily just zap them down really quick with the Negatively Charged. Also, it combos really well with your level 1 talent that you picked with that Wide Lightning. Increases your Lightning Surge with. Now for your level 20. This one's usually the most controversial between what you can and cannot pick. You do have your option of picking your other ult. If you would have picked Deadly Charge, you can also pick Counter Strike, or if you pick Counter Strike at level 10, you can pick your Deadly Charge. You can always have both of your, so you can have both of your ultimates. Personally, as I said, at level 10, I'd like to keep Deadly Charge. Counter Strike is really unreliable, and that's the main reason I just don't really like it. I have seen a lot of people go, well, why don't you just pick Last Laugh? You get to remove all root slows, damage over time effects, and teleport to the chosen location. Activating Last Laugh will immediately reduce Alarak's health to 1. The reason I personally do not like this one is, granted, I love the cooldown time of 20 seconds. I love the ability to remove all root slows and damage over time effects, and the ability to teleport. However, what it doesn't tell you is that this teleportation is not very long. It's longer than Li Ming's teleport, of course, but it's just not very long. It's good to just get over a ramp or something, and then you have to hope like hell, your Hearthstone's gonna come out. So I don't really like it. I'd rather go for the Hasty bargain. Also, you're most likely going to die anyway since you get taken to 1 HP. I would rather go for Hasty bargain. It's more reliable. Cooldown of 20 seconds. Activate to permanently reduce your sadism bonus by 4% and reduce the cooldown of your basic abilities. I actually like this because you are being brought up once you get to, like, let's say you've stayed alive for a while and your teams are starting to and your teammates have died a bit. You can use your level 13 talent Pure Malice to substitute for it. However, you're going to be losing it by 4% and just hope you don't die. That's the main reason. Once Alarak dies, he is the snowbally character with that level 13, so that's pretty much about it on that end. I'd go for Hasty Bargain, as I said, just to reset that cooldown. It's guaranteed to probably make you win a team fight or two, so that's at least a little bit more reliable. Overall, he is not very good with crowd controlling abilities. Like, he's not very good for creep waves. Surprisingly, he's not very good on the Machines of War map, which is actually kind of hilarious. Once the Zerg come out, he's pretty much has trouble clearing him up. So what I would do is I'd probably pair him up with someone who definitely does do a lot of crowd control, someone who does do a lot of creep damage. Tastar is pretty good. Sergeant Hammer is really good as well. So that way you're at least getting that abilities. Also, that it can help him set up for at least a little bit of damage. Outside of that, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. If you want any more guides like this, pretty much just tell me who you want. If you want to, we can try them out. If you would like, just comment on it. Outside of that, like, comment, subscribe. This has been a little recording. See ya.